This is my mother's home, and my family moved here in 1968, and the next year my father built the raised beds in the back, and he made a garden here for almost 25 years, all kinds of vegetables and berries and fruits, and also there were trees on the property. My father was born in Sweden, and he had an early interest in composting. He was a subscriber to the only composting magazine in the world in the 40s. And he just was sort of self-taught. He didn't have any connections. It was just a big part of his life. He was an engineer, a mechanical engineer, so in his work life he was very much indoors and thinking about theoretical problems, but he liked to be in the outside and in the elements and building up the soil.
This is was built in the mid-60s, and then it's been fallow since the 80s, mid-80s. And so when we came today, all of this material over there, wasted, and then we found used lumber, and they had extra lumber, and it's just been sitting here for years, and then we're rebuilding with that used lumber. So we haven't used a power tool, and we're just creating it as we go. It's just a lot of fun.
So my mother and I talked about how great it would be to recreate the garden, since it had fallen into disuse since the late 80s. My father passed away in the early 90s, and so there really wasn't someone to do the gardening. And she had different people live with her over the years, some of whom took an interest and did certain things, but really growing food hadn't happened in all this time. So last year we took a class at Culver City High School taught by David King, who's the head of the Learning Garden at Venice High School, and it was about sustainable gardening. We took this class and we were very inspired, but what happened was we felt it was a bit too much to do ourselves, the two of us. It's a large property and there's plenty of land, but it's also a lot of work to create a garden and to maintain it. So a few months ago, we were talking to our friend Michelle Wiener-Wollner, who took a permaculture course and has been a part of the Westside Permies, and she told us that there was going to be this fantastic project, the 100 Gardens Challenge and the Gardens of Gratitude, and so we thought this could be our opportunity to really move forward. Our goal and our ideal is to grow food and have also California natives and low water use plants, and have neighbors and friends also gardening with us so they have food, and then also to have food that we can share with people who need food. We're just very moved that the people came, people we know from our neighborhood and friends, but also people we do not know, and also the wonderful Westside Permies who organized this very beautiful and special community building event. So we're kind of a part of doing something meaningful, even if it's small, to have a healing for our earth, but also sharing. And so it's so nice to be part of a bigger effort, and that's why we love the 100 Gardens concept for the Gardens of Gratitude, because then we're part of something bigger. It's not just we will have lovely, healthy, delicious food to eat, but that we will have a chance to share with others and get to know one another and be connected.